In the studios with us right now, we have Carmine DeLuca with Lynch's Cleaning and Restoration. And if you don't know who Lynch's Cleaning and Restoration, they're a local mold remediation company. You guys also do carpet cleaning and...
We do carpet cleaning, we do water damage, smoke damage, pretty much any of the bad things that can happen to a property, we can handle.
That's good to know. So thanks for being here with us today. And
thank you.
I thought that you had a really great topic, and I wanted to get you on at this time of year before this stuff started happening. And what are we talking about? We're talking about freezing pipes, right?
Correct.
We're talking about how to prevent freezing pipes from happening in your home.
Okay, so this can be a good time of year for us in the restoration business. It's the only time of year that we have the opportunity to get a bump in business, if you will, with frozen pipes. But we really don't want to see that happen to homeowners. It's very stressful. So we're going to give you some tips today to hopefully help you prevent you from having this problem. So we'll keep it simple. Let's start with the outside. What you want to make sure you do is disconnect your garden hose. I know I'm guilty of that myself.
Mine's still dripping right now.
Exactly. And, a lot of people just connect the hose in the springtime and you keep that faucet turned on so it's on all summer. And there's water pressure constantly in that hose. If you forget to disconnect it and shut off your water source to the outside faucet, that can lead to bad things. That hose can freeze. The water will continue to run. It will seep right down the outside of your foundation and into your home. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you disconnect the garden hose, shut off the water supply from the inside, and then open up the faucet on the outside and let any remaining water that's in that spigot flow out. There's also a good item that you can pick up, at the local hardware stores. It's a faucet insulator. So you want to attach that over the top of the faucet on the outside of the house, and that will prevent, if there's any openings, that'll prevent, cold air from being blown into the basement area. Mm. So that's one thing, starting with the outside.
Yep, that's huge tips. It's so many of us forget about doing those simple things, and the simple things tend to bite us in the rear.
Right. So now let's move to the inside. Starting with the basement, what you want to do is check for any open windows. Maybe you open a window in the basement to let in that nice, warm air in the summertime. Check for any open windows, any broken windows. So you want to eliminate any drafts that you can. So it's checking the plumbing overall. Moving up to the interior of the house, you want to check those exterior walls, especially in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If it's really, really cold, getting down into the single digits or below zero, you want to open up the cupboard doors to the kitchen sink.
Okay.
And that lets that warm room air inside that cavity, and it's just enough to keep a pipe from freezing. So those are simple things that you can do. You can buy foam pipe insulation, or there's a thermostatically controlled heat tape. Mm-hmm. And you can use those in areas that are maybe not as accessible or unheated.
Okay.
Areas like the attic, areas like
the basement area.
It could be a base. It could be a crawl space,
yeah.
An attic, things like that, where it's not a living space, so it's not heated. If you have any piping that's running through that area, you want to make sure that those pipes are corrected as well.
Okay. So I've got a question for you. Now, let's say if somebody is selling a vacant house, okay? They moved out of their home, they bought another home, they have this house vacant. We've got a couple listed right now, okay? What would be a great temperature to leave the heat on at? Some people say 62, some people say 50. If you opt to leave the heat on in the winter, you want to keep it around 68. Mm.
Okay.
68.
Right.
Okay.
And then depending on the climate, the area that you're in, and how cold it's going to get.
Yeah.
You might want to even winterize the property.
And who would they? Do you guys do winterizing?
Or? We don't do winterizing. That you would have to contract with a plumber.
Okay.
They can generally help you with that.
And what he means by winterizing is somebody comes and blows out all the pipes, make sure that everything is dry as a bone, and no water can freeze. Now, worst case scenario, somebody's pipes freeze. Okay. What happens? What do they do?
Okay, if you do have a water damage, whether it's a frozen pipe or any type of leak, if it's a small leak, you want to address it as quickly as you can. Dry it out thoroughly. Make sure that no insulation was affected. Insulation will stay wet for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's better to remove the insulation if it gets wet. You want to make sure that you've identified the source of the water to make sure that that's been corrected, and then dry it out thoroughly. For a larger leak, you really want to reach out to a professional because we have tools like moisture meters, infrared cameras, so we can trace a water trail, if you will, behind a wall. So you might see a spot in one area, but the water has traveled from a distance, maybe 10 or 12 feet away.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it in houses.
Exactly, and so you have no idea what else has been affected.
You don't want to be ripping down walls. I'm sorry, you don't want to be ripping down walls trying to find out where this thing was going in the wrong direction.
Correct. Correct.
I've seen that too.
Yep. So we can, restoration companies can help out because of the specialized tools that we have.
Absolutely. So these guys are tried and true. We refer them to all of our clients. That's why they're here on the show. Carmine, I'd like to thank you for coming on, and I'd like to thank Sean Lynch over there as well. Please tell him I say hello.
Thank you, Emilio.
You're welcome. Lynch's Cleaning and Restoration. If you have any questions for these guys, go to theroundtableradio.com, go to the contact section, type in your question. I'll make sure it's answered for you, or you can give me a jingle, 401-359-2338, and I will connect you.